Imagine the world is ending, and only 10 people can survive in an underground bunker to save humanity. Who would you choose? And why? In After the Dark, a philosophy class turns into a battleground of thought where ethics, logic, and survival are put to the ultimate test. Are you ready to enter this game of life and death? On a warm and sunny morning in Jakarta, a group of international students at a prestigious school enters their philosophy class, unaware of the extraordinary challenge that awaits them. This class is led by Mr. Zimit, a sharp, intense, and sometimes ruthless philosophy teacher known for posing complex and thought-provoking questions. However, no one expects that today, during their final class, he has designed an experience that will redefine their understanding of ethics, survival, and human values forever. With a piercing gaze and deliberate, confident movements, Zimit stands before the students and creates a long, tense silence. He begins, imagine the world is ending. A nuclear explosion has wiped out everything, and the only way to survive is in an underground bunker with limited space. Only 10 of you can remain to rebuild civilization. Now, who should live? And why? The students exchange surprised and excited glances. The question seems simple at first, but Zimit immediately distributes cards to each student that determine their roles and special skills. From a doctor and engineer to a musician and farmer, each person must argue why they deserve to stay in the bunker based on the skills and characteristics assigned to them. The game begins, and discussions quickly heat up. Each student tries to prove their worth with logical and sometimes emotional arguments. One says, "I am a doctor, I can treat injuries and save lives in emergencies." Another states, "I am an engineer, I can manage and rebuild critical systems in the bunker." Suddenly, a student with a seemingly less valuable role, like an artist or writer, joins the conversation and asks, "Can we truly live without art and culture? Is survival only about science and logic?" If you enjoyed the summary and want to catch more awesome movie recaps like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our community so you don't miss out on the coolest films and their mind-bending stories. We can't wait to share more with you. Tensions rise, and choices become more difficult. Some students quickly emerge as leaders in the debate, trying to persuade others, while some, overwhelmed by anxiety and self-doubt, are pushed aside. Zimit watches all reactions closely and occasionally intervenes with sharp questions or challenging theories that complicate the scenario. He asks, is a human's worth only determined by their abilities? Do we have the right to decide who lives and who dies? In the first round, the decisions are made, and half of the students are excluded from the bunker, leaving only a few behind. These decisions, based on cold logic and available skills, create personal conflicts and rivalries among the students. But this is only the beginning. In the second round, roles change, and Zimit introduces a new, more complex scenario. Now, those who were excluded in the first round have a chance to alter their fate, armed with the knowledge gained from their previous experiences. New strategies are devised. Some students form secret alliances for survival, while others resort to deception and lies. The discussions grow even more intricate, and the main question emerges: does the end truly justify the means? Can we sacrifice our moral compass for the sake of survival and preserving humanity? One of the most compelling moments in the film occurs when a student, despite the logic of previous decisions, decides to make a sacrifice and gives up their spot for someone else. This decision prompts others to rethink their own choices, and even Zimit is forced to reflect on his original intentions. As the game reaches its conclusion, an astonishing truth is revealed. This thought experiment was not just a test of the students' analytical and logical skills. Zenit's true aim was far beyond that. He sought to see whether these students could reach the deepest layers of ethics, emotions, and human awareness, understanding that survival is not merely about staying alive, but about preserving the values and aspects of humanity that set us apart from other beings. After the Dark ends with a conclusion that leaves the audience deep in thought and emotionally affected, posing the essential question: if you were in that class, what decision would you make? And could you live with the consequences of those choices? If you've watched the summary of this film, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you think of After the Dark? Did the philosophical challenges resonate with you, and how would you have approached the choices in the story? Share your opinions and let's discuss.